So, Sherri, we're going to take a couple questions today.
Okay.
And the first one is from Instagram. Have you ever been fired from a gig?
Have I ever been fired from a gig? Yes. Damon Wayans fired me from a show called My Wife and Kids. And when I tell you something, I've never been fired before. I think in this industry, I've only been fired 2 times, My Wife and Kids, and they let me go from The View. But Damon, this one was like, I was crying because Tisha Campbell played his wife. Then they hired Kim Whitley to play Tisha's best friend. Then they wanted a best friend to be Kim and Tisha's best friend. So it was already hard enough. Kim Whitley and I, if you've ever seen our podcast, Two Funny Mamas on YouTube, we're very, very different. Kim is very loud, and I'm more of the straight person. And so Kim, I think one of the lines, they wanted me to repeat everything that Kim and Tisha said. So, but this is the way Kim calls herself a CW actress, a UPN actress, because she's so big. I've been on the other show. So if the line was, we're going to the store, Kim would be like, we're going to the store. I couldn't keep up with that. And I'd be like, I just got off a sitcom with Brooke Shields. I was like, we're going to the store. And they kept saying, can you match the energy of Kim Whitley? And I was like, nobody can. Not unless you have ADHD on 10. And it was another line, like, you know you're in love with your husband. And she went, you know you in love with your husband. You gotta get it. She was doing that. And I was like, what are you doing? And so I went, Tisha, you know you're in love. Well, that wasn't her name on My Wife and Kids, but I was like, you know you love your husband. And I could see everybody, it was always quiet every time we did like the rehearsals in front of Damon. And I kept trying, and I was like, Kim, you making it so hard for me. And she was like, well, then you better amp up what you doing. So I was struggling. When I tell you I was struggling. So we all went to lunch at the commissary, which is the place that the studios have you go eat lunch. And I'm sitting at the table with Tisha Campbell and Kim Whitley, and we're having a good time. And I take my tray to get some more food because the food was free, and I was struggling. And I went to get some more food, and all the producers of My Wife and Kids walked up to me, and they said, it's not working out, Sherri. And I said, well, what? And I got my tray of rice and all my bread, my iced tea. I had all these packets of sugar because I didn't have no sugar at the house. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And he was like, it's just not working out. And I go, are you firing me? And they said, yeah, we're just gonna have to let you go. And I started crying, like right there. Well, when you get fired, you're not looking in the future. I broke down and I was crying. So, and I remember it was a bunch of like celebrities in the commissary. I don't remember who it was, but they were like, are you okay? And I was like, no, Damon Wayans just fired me. I ain't gonna go down. I need this money. And I mean, snot, everything. And Tisha came over and Kim was like, girl, I would give you my job. And I was like, well, give me your job, bitch. Give me your job. And I cried, and all the way to the elevator, because then they told me I had to get my stuff out the trailer. And I was walking, this was me, like, hey, I got fired, and I ain't never been. Oh my gosh. And so, but then when I saw Damon, like, I think it was years later at an upfront, and I was doing a TV show. And every time I see Damon, I say the same thing. I go, you know you fired me. No matter where. Even if I saw him today, I go, you know you fired me. And every time he says to me, but look at you now. That's what he says. So.
And look at you now, because he was just on your show on Monday.
Because he was just on.
That's right.
He was just on. And before, he was on Zoom, because had he been on here live, I would have been like, you know you fired me. But firing is not necessarily a bad thing. It's like when I got fired from The View, I was sitting there and looking in the mirror in my dressing room, and I said, oh my gosh, Lord, what am I gonna do? Because I've been doing The View for 7 years. I live out here. I don't know, I'm older. I don't know if Hollywood is gonna remember me. You know, and I just remember a soft, still voice said, do you trust me? And literally, that's what I can hear. Do you trust me? And I said, only by a little bit, Lord. Let's keep it real. And he said, that's all I need. And when I tell you, he said, I use people, I use places, and I use things to bless you. But this is not, he said, so the season is over. It's time to leave. And do you know, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I was going through a very expensive divorce. And do you know, literally, probably a week and a half later, somebody by the name of Will Packer called me. Will Packer called and he said, "Hey, lady, I got a part in the movie Ride Along. You playing a wedding planner opposite Kevin Hart. Would you?" And I say yes. And then a week after that, they called me Cinderella on Broadway. Called and said, "Keke Palmer is playing Cinderella. Would you like to play the evil stepmother?" And I was on Broadway. And do you know when they after they let me go, I never was lacking in paying any of my bills, everything. So that's the thing. I tell people, don't look at getting fired as a bad thing. Look at it as like he's closing that door and be in excitement to go, okay, well then what's next? What's next? I know I'm talking too long.
No, that's all right, because here's what's next. Our next question is from Facebook. Now, listen, I know because we're a live show, you struggle many days to get to the podium on time. But
Right.
Have you ever struggled to get through those doors on time? Have you ever cut it real close?
Oh my gosh, just the other day, Eva Longoria was here. She's the director of Flamin' Hot, about the Flamin' Hot Cheetos. And normally, what I like to do, I'm a stand-up, so I like to come and connect with the audience, because that's what I do when I'm on stage, just to see who you are and what you look like, what's your energy. Because sometimes we get an audience and y'all just not feeling it. Y'all just like, okay, what's about to go down? What? Especially if you had to come, if you like, I done came all the way from Brooklyn and the train wasn't going the way I wanted it to do, and they say this show is supposed to be feel good, I don't feel good. So I like to come and connect and see, let me see if I can make you laugh, or just, you know, some people come and they like, I didn't get no Christmas gift, I didn't get my mattress, so I'm coming second, is this gonna be a giveaway show? So I love to connect, and then after I connect with the audience, I run upstairs really quickly. We usually have about 5-6 minutes. I run upstairs, I'm not changed, because the guests sometimes are very nervous. They don't know what to expect when they come down on the couch. They're used to like a warm-up comic, so we tell jokes and you laugh and it goes down. This is like Marco got everybody like it is at a nightclub. And so they hear all that thumping and bumping, and you know, we got the Duchess of York, and she was like, what's going on down there? She up there, she don't know what is happening. So some of the guests, they're really nervous, so I like to run upstairs and say, hey, because something about a hug. I like to hug. It's something about the touch, and I go, and I hold their hands and go, we're going to have a really good time. Like, once you sit on that couch, it's so safe. So you ain't got to worry about me asking about this person you done broke up with and da-da-da. It's just going to be safe. And so, but what happens is sometimes I like to talk, and if it's somebody I know, like Yvonne Orji, she kept me back there going, when we going to go? When we going to go on tour? When we going to go on vacation? And then they're screaming at me to come down, and they're going, 6 minutes, man. And then I got to run down the stairs, but I forget that they got to put these spanks on. And and let me tell you something. And I know y'all going, ooh, them pants look good. But every time I sit down, they roll right down. They keep rolling. You know, look, y'all know how it is. And I got on spanks. So I got to run in the room, and Willie Sinclair III from the Milwaukee Sinclairs, for some reason, he think I could, you know, he tries on the clothes beforehand. And maybe on the Tuesday, my weight is good. But usually he put these pants on me on next Thursday, and I done had maybe some cheesecake. And all of these people my age, you know, you drink water, and that bloat be real. That bloat, because I'll be like this sometimes. So I got to run in and they're waiting with my Spanx. So they're going 6 minutes. Then we got Joni. I don't know where's Joni? Joni is our sound person. So Joni's been working. She's been doing sound for the longest. She has to mic me. And they'll go, we got 5 minutes, 4 minutes. And this is Joni. That's a lifetime. I can do that. Because Joni been doing this job, she can do it with her eyes closed. So this is my first talk show. Joni done had everybody's talk, so she like, 2 minutes, we got this. And I'm sitting here going, Joni, I got 2 minutes. There's Joni. Y'all give Joni a hand. Give Joni a hand. When I tell you, I am panicking. My underarms are wet, and she like, we gonna be fine, don't worry. And I go, Joni, I got 120 seconds. I gotta walk from here all the way there. She go, we can do it in less. Don't even worry about it. Everything's good. Everything is fine. Then she'd be like, so how's your day? 100 seconds is my day. So usually, and I'm putting on the Spanx, and y'all know, you get the Spanx in a smaller size. You never get the Spanx the size that you are. But when you get them in a smaller size, they're harder to pull up. So you got to pull them up. Willie is down here pulling up one. Chanel pulling up the other. We trying to roll it up, then it'll roll underneath and we trying to roll it up, and Phyllis is screaming. We got this many minutes. And my dressing room is there. So I have to walk all the way back here and get behind there, and then I got to pray. Theo's over here pulling on my hair. I'm just like, how much lipstick you gonna put on my lips? So y'all sitting back there, and then they're going, we got to have a good time. And I'm going, how am I supposed to be? And I'm like, Willie, how am I supposed to be? Do I do like this? So even with these pants, he said, you do this too much, because I don't know how to say it. I'm a comic. I'm not a supermodel. So he tells me, they're singing the theme song. He goes, do like this. And I'm going, I feel dumb as hell. He's like, lean into it. And so I'm over here like, I'm behind the doors like, am I doing this? Trying to figure out how to make this outfit look like something. That's what I'm doing. And then at the same time, I'm praying for y'all. I'm praying for the audience who watching TV. I'm like, Lord, let me be a conduit. Let folks see your love and your joy. And I go, Lord, let the audience see your silliness, because God got a sense of humor. He's silly. Otherwise, he wouldn't have made stand-up comics. God is silly sometimes. And I'm going, Lord, I'm not a minister, but let me touch with laughter and feeling and jokes. So that's what I'm doing back there. But I done ran down them stairs like with Eva. I had on a ball gown, something green. Something green.
We're rolling the tape now.
That was me running down the hall, and I was just like, and everybody moving slow. And I'm trying to run. And that is usually me, because I went upstairs, and Eva was getting dressed, and she wouldn't open it, because they be locking their doors, these celebrities. And I'm banging on the door. She goes, I'm not dressed. And I was like, it's me, Sherri! To her, because she's never been here on my show. And so I had to run, and I got Big James. Y'all see Big James? He's security. So when you that big, James walk like this, just all swagging like this. James walked like, try to do something to see if I don't kick you in your ass. Just don't try. But when you got 2 minutes to run and get behind that door, I had to push Big James out the way. I don't even think it worked, because he stood right there. When I tried, and I had to run down, we got about 23 stairs. I ran down the stairs. I came back here, and I'm trying to pray. And I was like, Lord, just give me energy, because I'm not 20. 20-year-olds, y'all can recover real quick. Your snapback is so quick. You 56, I was like, oh. And when I'm telling, trying to run and do this cardio, and then I'm breathing hard, and the door's open, and I just, hey. But that's the beauty of doing a live show, which I love doing the live show, and it comes from doing stand-up, because on stand-up, you have to be in front of an audience. You got to do 30, 60, 90 minutes doing live. So I don't like tape shows. I love live shows, because you never know what's going to happen. Like your pants be rolling all the way.
Well, on stage, you can do 90 minutes, and you're almost doing 90 minutes now. So we're going to take the short version to this last question. This one is from...
You asked me a question.
No, can I tell you it's good, though? Digital is going to have a good time with this content, because you rolled your Spanx down for the camera.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Twitter wants to know, what are you doing on your summer vacation?
On my summer vacation, I'm so busy, I don't take vacation, because once I finish this, I go do stand-up. I go on the road. And because there's something about being a stand-up, you need to be on stage. I need to make people laugh, and I love doing it so much. That's how you know what your passion is. It's like your passion. If it's something like you feel like, I need to do this, if you do what you love, the money will follow. That is the truth. So I haven't had the last time I was supposed to go on vacation, I had to cancel. But I'm having a garage sale. I have to purge all of this stuff that I brought from LA that I never used. I'm having a big garage sale, but I'm gonna have it in one of these houses for sale, because I can't have everybody coming up and going, oh, this is, because people, oh, this is where you live. Oh, that's nice. I did that because in LA it's brownstones. In New York it's brownstones. In LA, everybody behind gates and things. Over here, I did it for Halloween. I was passing out candy. And they was like, get a good, Shamika, come here. This is... Oh my God. Meanwhile, I'm like, Jeffrey, look tough. He over there looking at all the girls. So I'm gonna have a garage sale. I'm gonna go to one of these houses on my block that's for sale. I'm gonna put on my table, shoes and everything. I'm gonna donate it to a charity. So that's what I'm doing for my hot flash summer. My hot flash summer. I'm purging.
Well, that's open mic, y'all. Give Sherri Shepherd another round of applause.
So nice, y'all.
And you are done.